Good evening and welcome. You're watching Newsbreak with me, Sanket Upadhyay. Let's now talk about the cold wave. Yes, we always talk about this in the winter, but this time around, this has become the longest cold wave spell in a decade in the national capital. In fact, the national capital, which is Delhi, is colder than most places in Himachal as well as Uttarakhand. Fog has also seeped in, which has led to the visibility being down to a minimum. 5 Delhi-bound flights have been diverted, this at a time where the airport is fully equipped with latest technology to land flights even in the midst of a fog. And yet there have been diversions and over 200 delays. Nearly 70 trains are running late. Trains have been delayed by 7 to 10 hours. But the point is that the IMD forecast of the cold wave at this moment persists, and it seems that it has been proven wrong, because initially a lot was said about when the cold wave will happen or when it will not happen, but it has clearly not gone according to the timeline of the IMD. Now let's quickly tell you just a quick statistic on how cold January has been in Delhi, the lowest temperature in January over the years. Let's quickly put that on screen right now. So you can see in 2016, it was a fairly warm January with the lowest temperature at 6.6. In 2017, it was cold, 3.2. In 2018, 4.2. 2019, 4 degrees. Then in 2020, 2.4 degrees. In 2021, you can see it was freezing at 1.1 degrees centigrade. In 2022, it went up again at 4.2. But in 2023, till 10th of January, and we've got the rest of January still left, 20 more days actually, 21 to be precise. The minimum temperature already clocked at 1.9 degrees centigrade. So that is the January cold in Delhi for you. Now let's quickly get you a comparison also. It is not a movie title that we have on the screen right now, but if you are in Delhi, trust me, this is exactly how you're feeling. It is incredible, insanely cold right now on the streets. On the 8th of January 2023, the lowest temperature recorded was 1.8 degrees centigrade. This, on the 1st of January 2021, was 1.1 degrees centigrade. So we are yet to see the lowest. But the cold wave spell is the longest in the past 10 years. Let's quickly introduce Mr. Mahesh Palawat. He's the Vice President at SkyMet Weather. Thank you very much, Mahesh ji. Can you explain to us what this phenomenon is? Is it abnormal, unusual, in league, in line? And when will this cold wave show signs of ebbing?
See, Sanket, this is the normal phenomena in the first week of January. Usually temperature dip to such low we have seen in 2021, 1.1 degree. And but we can say that yes, temperatures were more than normal or on higher side in the month of November and December due to lack of western disturbances and lack of snowfall over western Himalayas. On 29, 30 and 31st of December, we have seen widespread light to moderate snowfall over parts of Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and this is the longest spell of cold wave, because after 31st of December there was no western disturbance until now. Now today fresh western disturbance has approached when there is a gap of say 7 to 8 days between two western disturbances. Then icy cold northerly winds sweeps in up to central parts of the country, dipping the temperature significantly. If there is gap is very small, 2 to 3 days, then temperature do not dip so much. That's the reason that this is the longest cold wave. But today we have seen temperatures improving to 6.8 degrees, around 6 degrees Celsius. And in next 2 to 3 days, as the western disturbance will continue until 13th of January, dumping heavy snowfall over western Himalayas. So the northerly winds will cut off, and westerly or southwesterly relatively warmer winds will be there, clouding will be there, and temperatures will increase gradually, and it will reach up to 7 or 8 degrees Celsius until 12th and 13th of January. Thereafter, again, after the passage of western disturbance, the northerly icy cold winds will once again start blowing over northwest and central India, leading to dip in temperature. During that time, temperature may again drop to 3 to 4 degrees Celsius. Yeah.
So, Mr. Palawat, you're saying that this cold wave, which is quite literally moves in the form of a wave, will reduce, will end. In fact, you're saying that we've already seen, we're starting to see temperatures rising. And by rising, we don't mean rising enough for it to be declared summer, but slightly higher, and then it'll again dip.
Yeah, after the passage of western disturbance, because until the western disturbance persists, the winds will be westerly and southwesterly, and there may be isolated clouds over northwest India, leading to higher temperature. So after the passage of western disturbance, already snowfall will be there over Jammu Kashmir, Himachal and Uttarakhand, heavy snowfall. And the icy cold winds from snow-clad mountains will blow up to central parts of the country, up to Telangana. So by 14 and 15, temperatures will once again head south, and we can expect the fall of 3 to 4 degree, and the minimum temperature may reach 3 degree or 4 degree.
Would you, Mr. Palawat, care to explain why is it that Delhi is colder? I mean, you must have seen the headlines that Delhi is colder than many of the hill stations, which is a weird thing, no? But why is that happening?
When western disturbance approaches western Himalayas, the cloud cover intensify over those areas. The Himachal Pradesh is covered by cloud, and when after the sunset, the earth releases its energy in the form of long wave radiation. If there is clouding, then the energy gets trapped between the earth's surface and the base of cloud, leading to higher minimums. That's the reason that Himachal Pradesh is warmer than Delhi, whereas sky was clear over Delhi and northerly winds were continuing over Delhi and NCR. But from tomorrow, the temperature of Delhi will be higher than Himachal, that is Shimla and Dharamshala.
Now, one more question I wanted to ask you is the fog, which then eventually and always leads to smog, which leads to higher AQI, which leads to more pollution, breathing problems, and you know this has become like an annual feature. When do we see respite from this, particularly with the increase in wind speeds?
From tomorrow, we think that the intensity and spread of the fog will start reducing over northern plains, particularly Punjab, Haryana, and western parts of UP and Delhi. But eastern parts of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar may continue with dense to very dense fog. So after the passage of western disturbance, when winds will the temperature will be lower and the humidity will increase, then again the fog will set in by 15th or 16th of January, leading to cold day conditions. Cold day conditions when temperature do not rise much and it hovers between 10 degree to 14 degree or 15 degree.
Mr. Palawat, in how many days do you expect the cold wave to come back again in these parts?
Yes, by 15th or 16th of January, once again the temperatures will dip and cold wave will once again appear over northern plains, but it will not be as severe as we have seen, because as we move forward in the month of January, the normals also increases. So we do not expect the temperature may go down to 2 degree or 1.9 degree.
My last question, were we able to predict this, the duration, severity, intensity of this cold wave correctly in the beginning? Did we miss?
Yes. In SkyMet, if you see our videos, my videos, so we were predicting that until 7th of January, the temperatures will be dipping. But they continued until 8th of January. The 24-hour, we can say, the error was there.
All right. Mahesh Palawat, thank you very much. You give some people hope that there'll be warmer days ahead, but then again, you warn them that a cold wave is going to come back. Perhaps not as biting as this one, but a cold wave is definitely going to come back. Thank you very much, Mahesh Palawat, for joining us. And because the cold wave is still on and people have seen the worst, Akshit Gupta spoke to a few who are actually fighting this biting cold on the street. He spoke to people outside the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi.
I have been out since just 5 minutes and I can already feel the piercing chilliness in the weather. The intense cold waves ran through all the body parts from head to toe. Imagine the plight of those living in the open or in the shelters created by the government. and they don't have an alternative to jump off to the blankets or to the heaters like us. With the temperatures dripping down below the average, even touching the 1 degree Celsius, these homeless people in the Delhi, in the national capital, have no alternative but to seek refuge either in the open or in the shelters created by the government. Delhi's cold spell is now the longest cold spell in a decade as per the Met Department, with the temperatures going down to very low, the most after 2013. This low temperature and the intense cold wave with a dense fog engulfing the whole national capital has affected the homeless people living in the Delhi very badly and very severely. They are braving and battling the chilly and piercing cold in the open, and as you can see, this is the home shelter behind me created by the government, and as the chilly wind seeps in, they are able to keep themselves warm with the help of some blanket or some mattress. So we will just try to get in a sense from some people as to how are they battling and braving the chilly cold. So we have here with us, आप अपना नाम बताइए प्लीज.
रीना शर्मा.
रीना, तो आप यहाँ कितने टाइम से आप यहाँ पर रह रही हैं?
अभी जब से टेंट लगा तब से हूँ.
जब से टेंट लगा तब से रह रही है. तो क्या दिक्कतें महसूस करती हैं आप यहाँ पर रहते हुए?
सर थोड़ा ज़्यादा ठंड लगती है, तो कम्बल उम्बल तो दिया है लेकिन ठंड थोड़ा ज़्यादा लग रही है.
ठंड ज़्यादा लगती है.
सर.
और क्या दिक्कतें हैं भाई? अब इतनी ज़्यादा ठंड है, ठंड अंदर आ रही है, तो सरकार ने आपकी क्या कोई मदद करी कभी?
ये सर चादर कम्बल उम्बल दिया है एक्स्ट्रा ओढ़ने के लिए, तो पर भी मतलब ठंडा लगता है.
हाँ. तो आपके बच्चे वगैरह हैं, छोटे बच्चे?
वो अभी बाहर ले गए भैया.
अच्छा, बाहर ले गए.
ये सर.
तो क्या मतलब उनको कैसे बचाते हैं? कितने साल के हैं
वो 4 साल का है सर.
साल का है.
उसको भी कम्बल में तो झाँप के रखते हैं.
कम्बल में.
तब उस दिन वो सर्दी खांसी की वजह से बुखार आ गया था, और अभी भी बुखार है. तो 12 साढ़े 12 बजे रात में उस दिन हॉस्पिटल ले गए थे. तो 3 बजे रात में पूरा जांच हुआ तो फिर आए. तो कल भर दिन बुखार था, रात में ठीक था, फिर आज हो गया बुखार.
कौन से हॉस्पिटल लेके गए थे?
एम्स
में. तो क्या मदद मिली वहाँ? कैसे, मतलब क्या हुआ?
देखे सर बोले कि मतलब बुखार होता है तो ऐसा हो जाता है.
क्या उनका कोई इलाज चल रहा है?
यस सर, हार्ट का प्रॉब्लम है उसको.
अच्छा, क्या है मतलब उसमें क्या दिक्कत?
हार्ट का सर्जरी हो गया, फिर उसको कान के पर्दे में छेद भी है.
अच्छा, कितने साल के हैं वो?
4 साल का सर.
4 साल के हैं. तो इसमें आपने सरकार से कुछ मदद मांगने की कोशिश की?
नहीं सर.
नहीं की. ठीक है. So as you can see, she is telling us that her child has been battling with a severe heart disease, and he is only 4 years old. So it's kind of a double whammy for them. So we will try to get in a word from some of the more people as to how are they battling this chilly weather. So here we have sir, आप अपना नाम बताइए हमें.
मेरा नाम सुधीर सिंह है
जी. तो आप यहाँ पर कितने टाइम से रह रहे हैं?
हम तो रह रहे हैं करीब 20 तारीख लगभग.
अच्छा, तो ये सरकार ने आपकी इसमें यहाँ पर कुछ मदद की है?
नहीं, मदद तो कुछ नहीं हुआ.
क्या क्या दिक्कतें आप महसूस
कुछ नहीं. देखिए ना, पेशेंट को केमो लगा है, 3 दिन से लगा है. 4 तारीख से 6 तारीख तक लगा, 52 घंटा केमो लगा. अब उठ नहीं पा रहा है. देखिए, एगो थर्मस के लिए बोले, लिख लिए, फॉर्म भरवा दिए मैडम, उसके बाद थर्मस भी नहीं दिए भरवा करके. देखिए गिरा हुआ है, कोई उपाय नहीं है इसका.
तो क्या दिक्कत क्या है?
केमो लगा तो उठ नहीं पा रहा है. 52 घंटा तक लगा केमो.
हाँ.
अभी उठ नहीं पा रहा. देखिए पेशेंट को देखिए, पेशेंट पूरा सीरियस में है.
So we will also talk to some more people as to how are they braving this cold. मैम अपना आप हमें नाम बताइए.
रानी पांडे.
रानी, तो आप कितने टाइम से यहाँ पर रह रहे हैं?
मैं अभी थोड़े टाइम से.
कि क्या क्या दिक्कतें महसूस करते हैं? अभी ठंड बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गई है.
जी, ये तो ठंड बहुत है यहाँ ना, मतलब सही से सफाई है ना, पानी पीने वाला सही से वो है ना, बिजली है. भी लाइट वगैरह कुछ भी नहीं है यहाँ पे. तो
बदबू वगैरह या कुछ है जैसे?
नहीं, पीछे से मतलब सफाई होती है, पानी आता है, सफाई होती है, पानी 1 हफ्ते में आता है.
तो आप खाना वाना कैसे बनाते हैं? कैसे प्रबंध करते हैं खाना बनाने का?
खाना वाना यहाँ बनाने का कोई नहीं है, वो आता है खाना.
अच्छा, यहाँ पर कोई ऐसे प्रबंध नहीं, कोई चूल्हा वूल्हा नहीं लगा रखा आपने? और ये जो टॉयलेट शौचालय है, ये साफ है?
ये सब ठीक है. वैसे ही जब पानी आता है तभी साफ होता है, नहीं तो ऐसे नहीं होता.
Many of these people who are staying here are not just homeless, but they're also those waiting right outside the All India Institute of Medical Sciences for an appointment. And you can just imagine the plight. In any case, AIIMS is always flooded with many patients from across the country. And the double whammy is that they have to bite this chilly winter also. They have to face this biting cold also. And while it is frozen for us, they have to face the brunt. Remember, there is something very little that you can do, which is an NDTV initiative. Donate a blanket. Do that. We need 60,000 blankets to save lives. With the help of NDTV Uday Foundation Blanket Drive, that's the address on your screen. You can drop off the blankets at this location. Moving on now to some news from Bengaluru, from Karnataka, where a metro pillar collapsed and it claimed the lives of a mother as well as a child. Is this a classic case of civic apathy? Why exactly did this pillar collapse? Who's responsible? Where will the blame lie? And what does the investigation reveal? A probe has been ordered in this case. There is a statement also from the Bengaluru Metro on the pillar tragedy. The Bengaluru Metro says that notices have been issued to the contractor and the concerned engineers. IISC, which is an institute, will be requested to investigate and provide a report in this case. An internal technical team will also investigate the matter as to why this happened. Support of 20 lakh rupees will be paid to the family of the deceased. That's the statement from Bengaluru Metro. Let's quickly listen in to this report sent by our colleague Shrija. She explains what exactly happened from the site of the accident.
2 innocent lives lost. Families are inconsolable, all due to the negligence of the BMRCL, which is the Bengaluru Metro Rail Corporation Limited. We're reporting from just right next to the accident site, which is an under construction metro pillar right here. Now the metro pillar that we are talking about, number 218, KR Puram Hebbal, Kempegowda International Airport Metro construction is what we're looking at this point in time. And this is a busy road that we're talking about, which is especially connects onto my left, the connects, which is the outer ring road. It connects to the city. Onto my right, what you see is the one that connects to the IT corridor. And this is exactly the spot where, especially at around 10:30 a.m. in the morning, we went on to see this particular scaffolding right there. In fact, it was fastened with wires. Now that's what Anjum Parvez, the MD of Metro, claims. Fastened with basically the wires, somehow it gave away and then it collapsed right onto this particular pillar. Now what happened next was when the family of 4, when they were passing right on their, especially traveling on their motorcycle, they were traveling towards especially the city. As far as the police is concerned, we understand Lohit Kumar, the victim, also one of the victims, in fact, he was just on his way to drop his wife off to work when the incident took place right here where we're reporting from. That comes just crashing down on that particular couple. Somehow, especially, the husband, Lohit Kumar, and his daughter, the twin, one of the twin siblings, survives the crash. But however, the unfortunate incident that we had to see was the mother, 28-year-old Tejaswini, and also 2.5-year-old son, a little boy. He lost his life after those metal rods came crashing down on them. We see that soon after that, there was a huge traffic snarl right here, and the police took at least about an hour and a half to clear up the traffic. But as far as the metro is concerned, this is not the first time we're reporting, especially deaths near or close to metro construction sites, because that was the same question we raised to Mr. Anjum Parvez. We went on to ask him, saying that we have reported several deaths at the metro construction sites. What exactly have they done after that, after so many deaths have been reported? All that he could do was just spin that blame, especially on the metro workers. So what's going to be done right now is that the metro, the BMRCL, is now planning to, especially it's nothing to do with structural stability. Now that is what the BMRCL claims. BMRCL says that the structural stability of this particular scaffolding is really good, it's intact. There's no problem at all whatsoever. Though the contractor who's handling this entire project is NCC. But what's going to be done or investigated is, we see that the materials will be sent to IISC, however, to inspect and conduct a probe into if at all there were substandard materials that were used. Because the impact of that, what we understand is this: they had to bring in a crane. Actually, when this came, the metal rods, all the TMT rods came crashing down. They had to move out from that particular stretch of road. The busy junction that you see here, it's never a free-flowing traffic. You always have right now onto my opposite side, you can see the 2 traffic cops standing there. They always man the traffic. This is not a major junction. It's not a major junction, but though they have to be here to ensure that people, if they want to cross onto the other side, there are always 2 traffic police personnel. So after this incident, yes, of course, it has, sent shockwaves. More importantly, we're talking about this particular phase, which is the phase 2 of the metro construction. Speaking to Anjum also says that there are over 50 basically pillars like this, especially on this stretch of road. Though the construction has been stopped for nearly 2 days, we understand that he also says that definitely we asked him a question if the other 50 pillars are going to be inspected, but clearly he had no answer to it. But again, how many more lives will be lost due to the negligence of BMRCL? In Bengaluru, with Kumar, Shrija for NDTV.